Previously on our last class, we covered the basic overview of what the Create Performance task is, the files you will create, and how this fits into your college credit scoring. Before we begin, make sure you've completed a private comment in the Google Classroom about the Create PT overview. We have already identified the 3 files you'll create for this project: a video of your app working, a PDF of your full code, and the written response template of your process. Today we will review the scoring guide so you know the specifics on what to build. To follow along today, open the scoring guide PDF posted in Google Classroom. We will review what you will be scored on in each section. Row 1, Function and Purpose. You have a video that shows a functioning program, and the written response describes the purpose and what is demonstrated in the video, including the input and output. Row 2, Data Abstraction. 2 code segments show how data has been stored in a list and what that list is being used as part of the program's main purpose as shown in the video. In the written response, you identify the variable of the list. Row 3, Managing Complexity. This explains how the selected list manages complexity, meaning why the program code could not be written or would have been different without this section of code. Complexity can refer to a function that handles several small steps repeatedly, so that a block of code can be reused multiple times by simply calling the function name itself instead of programming all the steps again, which increases your lines of code. Row 4, Procedural Abstraction. Show a code segment that is something you developed with at least one parameter, and another code segment that calls your procedure. You also describe what the procedure does to make your program work. Row 5, Algorithm Implementation. Show a code segment that you developed that works in a sequence, selects something, and uses an iteration. This means there is logic to the way the code works. Something selected can be from a list or creates a new list, like a loop. You must also explain how this section works so someone could understand it without seeing the code working. Row 6, Testing. You describe 2 calls from row 3. Those calls must test something or check for something and return something each time they are called. Basically, this point is earned if your functions actually work to return something that makes sense each time and can be tested again and again. Today's assignment is very simple. The Create PT scoring guide only has 6 sections. Match the scoring guide category to the correct definition. You can use the scoring guide to complete this and can redo until you get 100% correct.